Alright, this is going to be a poetic gauntlet, a run-through of all the poems that I currently have. Take a moment, please, and allow yourself to just be. Now perceive of all of the differences around you, and bathe in it. For you see, the lustrous exuberance that was made for this presence in the present moment. Experience the love in it. Allow your eyes to absorb the sights of it, from the root-colored hues of apples picked to the violets that crown our light spectrum. Then follow the buds with the greatest of taste and melt in sweet, while you let sour contort your face. Lose conscious thought of any and all aromas, such as roses, honey, or the sweat of a lover, so that you may ride a wave that's unlike any other. Describe to your mind the texture of time, the rigidity of its spine as it holds these very leaflets to bind. Finally, whisper softly any words you do speak, so that the voices of the trees may pierce your ears with jewels born from starlight dreams. Yes, my friends, I'm asking that you observe all differences, for in truth a difference is nothing but a reflection of something I know you have felt within. I know this without a shadow of a doubt, because just like you, it tugs at me, too. It's that special perception of you outside of you, you see. It's that glorious objective of subjectivity, where divinity tutors that which is perceived as we into calmly and casually accepting our individual subtleties with grace and ease. See, there's no need to please our divisive needs, since such desires are born of greed and intense selfish schemes. Whether we like it or not, we are all of the same energy. Whether we agree to see identically or choose instead to accept our diversity. That is how you will succeed as humanity, the latter, not the former. So let's transcend this mere species and become something like an ideology. Come along, please. I'm asking you to transcend with me, because the catch is I can't do it alone. The path requires the synergies of three. 1 energy for all plus 2 for you and me. Now, while you perceive the differences, let's talk about colored perspectives. See, life is, sadly enough, entirely different when you are constantly and acutely aware of your pigment, knowing that that small, insignificant factor alone suggests that you are different, enough to warrant second-class treatment. See, we're all citizens, right? So then why is it that when push comes to shove, some of us are stripped and then left with no rights? There's no sight of liberty or happiness' pursuit, just this deadly game of dodging different colored suits, and some dudes that pursue drug fruits, both of which are labors that result in violence or incarceration. See, that's just par for the course in this here do-nothing nation. Because there's killing on both sides, so there's nowhere to run or hide, and the victims are left out to dry like hides as warning signs for those of like mind. And ironically, our minds are not even considered. See, the similarities between us and these bodies littering the pavements are quite obviously superficial, like their skin colors. So they're all just labeled undesirable or others. Now, I am nothing special. I am just a creature seeking the features that will make me look like a teacher so I can teach you all how to be your own leaders. But if it takes me to be a martyr to push that envelope farther, then you can count me as one of the few that will willingly walk to their own slaughter. I will gladly sacrifice what is physically perceived, i.e. this body, so that the seeds I have sown will live on as dreams. Honestly, I just wish you all would be able to see what I can see, a world of true equality, where men and women are treated as equals in society, and there's no partitions based on personal economy, and certainly no racial segregation leaving others in desperate poverty. See, when your only chance for happiness in this system is to placate to someone higher, then it's no wonder that I desire for a revolution to transpire. See, I'm tired of all these sires that govern all control, so I ironically renamed myself Cire to pursue loftier goals, to reach for something higher than just this work up on the stove, to blossom from the bottom, a true sight to behold. I want to inspire hearts that I find more valuable than platinum or gold by using my sacral fire to ignite my heart's desire to fight off this apathetic cold. Because truthfully, we have to come together, or we can watch this divided house surely fall, just like Greece, Rome, Babylon, literally any empire before us all. Our grand populace is just distracted by their various scrolling options, and our politicians are looking to turn their blind eyes to societal problems so that they can put their profits in their pockets. Man, how can I remain an optimist about this? You slowly see this, right? Building, destructing, you all see it. Why do I feel like I am the only one being told to look on the bright side of all this? We keep lying to ourselves like we're still the greatest. The greatest at what? The greatest at incarceration? The greatest at degradation? The greatest at oppression? What are we really the greatest at? See, I'm just tired, honestly. I'm tired of feeling like the only free man with eyes on the prize, watching freedom's slow and crumbling demise at the hands of these divisive illusionists. Guys, too apathetic and ridiculous to realize that coming together is how we stop this awful ride. But I admit, I am just one man, and this is what colors my perspective. So what colors yours? All rise, please, stand up for the Pledge of Allegiance. I'm not going to stand, I'm going to keep sitting, but that's because of the camera. So, I'm going to have you place your right hand, you know this, you remember the first grade, place your right hand over your heart and now repeat after me. I pledge allegiance to a corporate flag in this divided states. No, come on, seriously. These are the right lyrics, I promise you. From the top. I pledge allegiance to a corporate flag in these divided states of consumers, and to the republic which bends for cash. One people without a God, individually ignoring liberties and justice for some. That didn't go down quite so easy, did it? I guarantee you, though, those are the actual lyrics. If you want some example of it, then let's remember Ferguson, you know, that little place in Missouri where PMCs rolled through straight hired guns. Now, let me pose this question to you seriously. Who the fuck hires guns to speak at the negotiation table? And this isn't a fable. See, many knew this tale would tell and ring horrid bells, sounding off depressed souls to bless those whose lives, legally taken, are continually desecrated post-mortem. And I know this isn't Fallujah, and I know these people aren't the refugees of Syria or Libya, but let's backtrack, please, to the atrocities of our country under the guise of free. We spell doom for all who don't look like me, think like me, or agree to subordinate to me in this white supremacist society. A creed that we have kept secret, and I regret to inform you, ladies and gentlemen, that this shit has been preset. So go ahead and take a pause for a moment to catch your breath before we reset this depressed, oppressed nation's heart. We have to remember that we are all a part of what we bet is divinity, the spirit, or some trinity. And yet we keep letting this separatist fashion distract us from action. So now we're past the point of breaking, and I am just placing my stake in the people of my nation to come together for a cause that's greater than them. See, because with my psyche, I see others like me. We share a mentality. We're connecting mentally, like a prophecy of strength meant to be. And these ideas, man, they don't need a cipher because there is no message to decode. My words are written italics and in bold. These lines I spit back by silver and gold, a promise more valuable than any banknote. And you can take this to the bank because I will fight until my last breath to free my people, you people, all people from their minds' rest. Because what I see, unfortunately, is not a land of the free. It's a fallacy that has bred complacency from sea to shining sea. Convinced us that life is like a lottery where the jackpot is living to see tomorrow, and so prized has that pie become that we ignore today's sorrow. So I'm asking for you to humbly borrow some of my compassion and my expression. I'm asking that you lend me your ears while I repeat to you this age-old adage. You might remember it. We have to be the change that we keep wishing for. Otherwise, pain, torture, and anger are all that's left in store. So lead and never follow. Make that your new personal motto. By prime example and not gun muzzle. By expression and understanding, not propaganda and fear marketing. By compassion and forgiveness. Forgiveness, you remember that. Forgiveness, not wanton slaughtering. You can find me cretaceously curious, as always, crafting syllables into banners for local planners and community leaders. You can find me speaking easy with a firm touch that is too subtle for most to digest. You can find me casually acting no different than the rest. You can find me standing amongst the rest. You can find me when they lay me to rest among the rest. Excuse me, let me just have one moment of your time. See, I have been waiting in this very long line with this kinfolk of mine, wondering why. That's not how it goes. Excuse me, please, may I have a bit of your time? See, I've been waiting in this very long line for what feels like a very long time with this kinfolk of mine. And at this point, if we're denied it, then I can guarantee not another dime of mine will pass from mine into thine, so I'll keep this plain and simple, using rhetoric you can understand. I'm expecting some etiquette in your response segment, kid, about this missing plate of justice. A dish you serve cold to apparently those with different features than yours. And I'm sorry if that sounds racist and insensitive, but you can go ahead and take that how it flows. Because if it does show to be racially charged and super sensitive, hold up a second. And let's analyze really quickly the lines that I actually just spit. And while we do that, let's remember that I am still waiting on my frost plate. I'm convinced that right now it's about 20 minutes late. Now that's a gross exaggeration, but so has what you've been... Now that's a gross exaggeration, but so is what you have been serving lately. See, that's not up for debate, though. The facts have been laid straight bare. Bones found in familiar spots, typically safe behind locks. See, that is hidden euphemism. You've been caught holding your cocks. Now, seriously, can we take a moment? I want to change my order. I want just us with a side of fuck dot. That over there deadly disorder. Purport and porcelain culture's importance taking precedence some centuries since boarding that last citizen ship. I'm tired of living by these double standards. I'm tired of living by these double standards. My eyes open to the hazards of blue harassment. Forced to live through the embarrassment of being born the wrong pigment. Like, this shit is contingent on you respecting me as a human. Now, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna hurt your feelings because I'm calling bullshit. I'm done with this thoughtless hatred. Come on, let's actually empower ourselves to become the change for this movement, because this shade, it's ridiculous. Fallacious rhetoric wrecking potential connection between racial divisions. With derogatory statements and apathetic percentages, like statistics replace human compassion in consumer fascist fashion. Man, I got this culture on blast, man. A bastard with mad words. My inhibitions plastered and... No, a bastard with mad words. Plastered. My inhibitions unmastered and released for disaster. These chains slack and loose after years of emaciation, thinking that my voice just didn't matter. And now I just get madder when I hear all lives matter. Like, I fucking know that! How about you remind these powerful bastards? Just take me away. Please. I just want to leave. Dump all of my possessions, burn my money, and disappear into the wilderness. Please, take away my voice, Great Spirit, and grant me the joy of silence. Because sometimes I just cannot stand the noise of this economic system and its apologizers. Oh, here comes Eric's anti-capitalist rhetoric. Well, you're goddamn right. I've been on my capitalist pig roast shit. When it comes to this money, my allegiance is shady. My words inflammatory, my flow incendiary, because I don't give a fuck about these dead presidents, regardless of whom is Secretary of Defense. Whether Jackson or Jr., you can go ahead and keep your enslaving currency. I want nothing to do with it, and I will most certainly not procure for you any form of show me. Do you really think that it satiates me to still pick for cotton? They got their fucking faces on it. Do you all really believe that's coincidence? Fuck no. And yes, it really is that insidious, because riddle me this, what is the importance of symbolism? I'm tired of these colonial slave masters and their diasporic traditions. What the fuck ever happened to living? Whatever happened to wilding out, the conflict of the violence of life that conflict was derived in? Yo, please give me the trees. Great spirit. The cracking scratch of branches on the wind, how I revere it. Seems I need reprieve from these devilish human beings. This Babylon babbles on about cities built from stone, but no philosopher is home. He's evolved past need for form. His energy is dissipated in anticipation for the extinction of human existence, so I am on one specific mission to spread the blessing of evolution. But honestly, I would just rather live in the woods. As the voting booths close and the last integer is counted, an incorrigible system continues its immeasurable growth. See, politicking with the pushers and the pimps gave me a glimpse of a fast life. High stakes, mad vice. So what do I chase? That spiritual high life, that bright spice determined by my third eye. See, I can spot parlor trick politics from a mile wide, this panoramic lens of mine, wise to the quick wrist sleeve slips of these political illusionists in solitary garments. All eyes on red, blue, and the green. And I wonder, all eyes on the red, blue, and the green, as if the vast spectrum is now entirely irrelevant, and I wonder if this was ever considered. Our eyes are so focused on perceiving the 1% as if that's all that actually exists. How's that for a parlor trick? So I'm going to close out with my SOS, my shockwave synonym. See, I'm synergetically charged by this syzygy of thoughts, perpetual goldfish syndrome, fishing out these gems because someone missed them, putting them on display because surely someone misses them, continually calling an audience for attention like people consistently miss them. These golden bars, see, they're not so physical, just literal, penned by emotion to shock some awe into you. So, answer, are you in tune too? Have I constructed this circuit to your membrane? Can I be any more clear? Can we conduct some compulsive collaboration here? Is your heart open to the image in my ear? A nation of voices, conducted as a chorus, guiding light through reflection off mirrors, once coarse, now coursing with energy, collectively multiplying the seeds of synergy, effectively cross-pollinating as we spit these seeds to the wind. So come, let us send shock waves, indifference, to battle indifference and apathy. Come if you feel like me, but not if you think I mean to be like me. Be you. To thine own self, remain true. Honestly, that's all I ever try to do. And ironically, you will be just like me by simply being exactly you.